What color were the original Hebrews?
I have told you that we don't know that for certain.
Then you can't believe for certain that Jesus was white.
Just a moment. God is white. Isn't it obvious?
Well, that is obvious, but we don't know if it's obvious that God is white. The images of Jesus that are on prison walls and churches throughout the world are not historically correct, because history teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color.
The first icons were painted in the 6th century. That's 500 years after Jesus died. So how could the artists have known the color of his hair or the shape of his face?
Josias has found that the face in the icons corresponds to a type of skull not found in Israel. The face of Jesus would have been closer to these Jewish skulls. They were found in Jerusalem and they date to the 1st century.
And if you look at this, notice how this is very long and this is very, very narrow. It's a complete different type.
We used the 1st century skull to get even closer to the face of the Jesus of history.
This certainly doesn't look anything like the images that one associates with him, and I think it's much more likely to be an accurate reflection of the majority of people who would have been around at that time.
Look at these telling images from a Jewish synagogue in Syria. They were painted in the 3rd century, less than 200 years from the time of Jesus. They're the earliest pictures of Jewish people in the world, and fashions back then changed slowly.
The kind of hairstyle that you get, it's short, it's curly, it's, if you like, afro in style, and this seems to be almost uniform in the way that Jesus is depicted there. It's unlikely that Jesus' skin tones were white in the traditional, as you get it in much of the traditional art, as you get it in Hollywood Jesuses. It's more likely had darker skin tones, and is much more likely to have looked something like this.
He was
You have
black.
to understand the initial images of Christ in the
Like
Madonna,
that. Right.
in countries like Poland, Spain, Italy, these are white Caucasian countries, worship a black Madonna and a black Jesus. Right. These images were altered and changed.
I think you are suggesting that there's some pretty good historical anthropological evidence suggesting that Jesus just probably was black. Am I correctly stating your...
That's right.
Are you there, caller?
Yes, Phil. I just want to say that when God said he was going to make man in his image, he did not mean white, green, or any color. It was supposed to be spiritually like him.
Very good.
And that's what is important.
Yes, well...
No matter if Jesus is black, white, green, red, I believe in the Supreme Being, and I think that's what we all have to look at, that there's a Supreme Being.
But what
and
color
what
color has Jesus been throughout your childhood?
White, and I think that's ridiculous because...
What color was his mother?
You know, who knows? And I don't think anyone...
Why is it that when it comes to this image of Jesus that people have had in their churches, no one ever says his color doesn't matter? This argument is only brought up when somebody tries to say he was black. Isn't that a double standard? Yes.
A notable biblical scholar who explained one origin of African presence in the Bible. Genesis 10:1 refers to the sons of Noah as Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who themselves had sons after the flood. Genesis 10:6 refers to the Hamites as the sons of Ham, who inhabited North and Northeast Africa. The sons are Cush, which is present-day Ethiopia, Mizraim, present-day Egypt, Put, present-day Libya, and Canaan, which is present-day Palestine, Israel. The African presence is still visible in Israel today. There are thousands of African Palestinians who live in Israel with deep roots to the land, whose ancestors date back for centuries. I met with Ali Jaddah, tour guide, and the informal mayor of the African Palestinians in Jerusalem. I asked him about his life and relations between the Afro-Arabs and the Jews.
These people look just like us. And all I'm saying is it hit different when you know America is over there bombing in the so-called Middle East of Africa. And they bombing these places. I bet it would hit different if you knew they were bombing people who look just like you. This man is over in the Middle East of Africa. And he looked just like us over here. Something for you to keep in mind. I know what they show you on the news, but don't forget, this one that you see on the screen and many like him are over there too. But you don't care because you about to celebrate Thanksgiving. And it was black people that looked like me and him that was hung right along with the natives. The natives even look like this man that you seeing on the screen, and me. This is why we are in the predicament we in, because we don't care about nothing.
As a black Palestinian, I am double oppressed by the Israelis. First of all, they oppress me as a Palestinian. Secondly, they oppress me because of my color. Whenever I go around in the Israeli side, they call me Kushi. Kushi means nigger.
We have a little Canaanite boy, and he is with the donkey, and he's taking care of his sheep.
There's little boys in the hood that look just like this. And to be clear, that man, the last man that you saw, he said when he go on the Israeli side, they call him Kushi. And you know what he said that means. I know you heard that. They know what they did. They know who they stole from, too.
Taking care of his sheep.
I am Canaanite in Israel.
Just like niggas. I'm just saying. Look just like us.
Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. But they knew not him. But they knew not him.
See, this is how I like to learn the Bible. This is how I like to learn history. This stuff hit a lot different when you learn it like this. It hits a lot different. That's why many of you sitting in church in those pews don't feel nothing. That's why you go through the week feeling miserable. Some do. Then you go to this place, and even after you release, it's like, you're still going back to the same hell. Because you're not learning nothing. You're not being taught. You're not being given a sense of pride. Learning this gave me a sense of pride that nobody can never take from me. Can never take from me. That's why some may perceive me. I might walk with my head high, or I might think I'm better than everybody when I'm not. It's because of what I know. And that can never be taken from me. Dana don't lie. Dana do not lie.
Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, An Egyptian delivered us, an Egyptian delivered us.
They're liars. They manipulate our history books. The history books are not true. It's a lie. The history books are lying. You need to know that. You must know that.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. As his other flesh. And as Paul was led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Are not thou that Egyptian, which before these days madest an uproar, and leddest out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? Are not thou that Egyptian? Are not thou that Egyptian?
imposters.
The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog, and Medai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah.
Ashkenaz. They're not even Semitic. Exactly. It doesn't matter if Jesus or Israel is red, brown, green, or purple. That's not what's important. This is why it matters, dum-dums. If you don't understand what color Israel is, then you will find yourself calling the wrong people Israel. Those who do that end up having a false interpretation of God's prophecies concerning Israel.
But the Bible
That's what
also
many Christians are doing
foretold
today.
that a day would come when God would gather his children back to the land of Israel. God is gathering his children home, and it is Christians bringing them. And it is Christians bringing them. That is our form of witness.
This is what your TBN money
There has
goes
never been a
toward.
more persecuted people, a more oppressed people. There has never been a more persecuted people, a more oppressed people.
And you shall be a blessing, and I will bless those who bless you. And now the people of God around the world are responding to this mandate as never before. This global prayer initiative is established with the support and participation of nearly 1,000 of the world.
Harpo, who this man is right here? Who this is right here? Right here. Right here. Who this? Oh, okay. This is why he is facing judgment. It's deeper than a ditty. This is why he is facing judgment. This is an Igbo Jew helping imposters steal from him and his own people that look like him.
Initiative is established with the support and participation of nearly 1,000 of
Another one that has you duped. Another one. And for the life of me, I don't know how. Because it looks like the Joker. It looks like the Joker. How can you, that's how I know, like, you don't be having spiritual eyes. When I be seeing these movies, when I see these Batman movies, and, you know, ever since I've watched cartoons, you know, I've seen her. I've seen. And then I seen her in the pulpit, but that's the Joker. That's the Joker. This thing has office furniture that costs more than your whole house. Office furniture. I watched a video on this one. Corrupt preachers. This one has you duped too. I don't know how, but and it's been involved in scandals. These people that you put so high on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, you're going to see that it's you. It's you. Guess you don't have those spiritual discernment eyes like you think you do, huh? This is another one I can't stand. This old hoggish, greedy looking bastard. Can't stand him. Ew. Go back. Where's Captain Planet when you need him?
Global Prayer Initiative is established with the support and participation of nearly 1,000 of the world's most respected Christian leaders, united with one voice, calling the church to prayer for Jerusalem.
It's God's direction for us. We come to the conclusion that if Israel is blessed, ultimately the world's going to be blessed.
The most important thing we can do today
Benny
is
Hennessy.
pray for the peace of Jerusalem.
What's up, Benny Hennessy?
We need international help. We also need supernatural help.
Over 400 of America's foremost evangelical leaders, together in one room with a single purpose, to speak and...
We need international help. No, what you need help with is that hairline and all them goddamn teeth in your mouth. You better not ever go down on a woman. You gonna cause all kind of... You might even clip her belly button. Them teeth, they stretch all the way to the back. Where every time you open your mouth, you can see your whole teeth. And you can see all your teeth. No. How dare you? We need international help. Shut your dumb self up.
Over 400 of America's foremost evangelical leaders, together in one room with a single purpose, to speak and act with one voice in support of Israel, the largest pro-Israel organization in the United States, and one of the leading Christian grassroots movements in the world. That first meeting so inspired Christian leaders that just 5 months later, their influence encouraged over 4,000 Bible-believing Christians to converge on our nation's capital for the first Washington-Israel Summit. Christians from all 50 states came together at the Hilton Hotel in a passionate and unified display of support for Israel and the Jewish people. The timing was ordained of God. As Israel went to war in Lebanon, CUFI was boldly supporting them in Washington, and their support of Israel's right to the land by biblical mandate.
I can't resist to say it. I will be silent no more. Our times demand it, our history compels it, our future requires it, and most of all, God is watching.
All Christians who love Israel are invited to join. They can start by signing the Israel Pledge, which states, "We believe that the Jewish people have a right to live in their ancient land of Israel, and that the modern state of Israel is the fulfillment of this historic right."
After they repent. Most of them don't even believe in God, and they don't believe in Christ.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
Listen.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and shall pursue thee, and shall pursue thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. They shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servedst not the Lord thy God with joyfulness, and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
I proved that in the Thanksgiving lesson, right here. Our ancestors will do. The ones who didn't know nothing about no devotion, even though I did.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. There ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
How I like to learn, like, these scriptures hit different. These scriptures hit a lot different. Like this versus what you getting on Sunday. That's why you sit there and feel empty, not learning nothing. Some can't even remember what the lesson was about or anything.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Who that happened to? Who can't get enough of who? Even over here. Hey, do you see why LGBTQIA? You see why they like that BBC? Do you see?
Their toil helped make the United States the richest nation on earth.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
I deny that this is us.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Who's still going to jail today?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
This stuff that they're trying to remove out of the history books.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
And then a lady that lied about having a degree. That's all her family do is lie.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see.
You got the text, dude. You got the Vegas out of the way. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? So crazy is you got those faggots out of the way, only to be inhabited by a whole nother group of faggots. Faggots that do stuff like this. Faggots that buck break you. Oh, you forgot about that.
And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
Ain't this still going on today? Still happening to today. But I guess they don't have to do it. Just what you're going for. Including you, billion, that voted for Jill Stein, when they had signs in some states telling you not to vote for her because your vote wouldn't even count. If it does happen, you vote.
See, nigga, they got him. No, you got to look and see. You got to remember this. Something you got to remember. Look.
Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
You got the faggots out of the way, but now you got a dictator. Oh, okay.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. And shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, Would God it were even, and at even thou shalt say, Would God it were morning, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Not MLK.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Not.
And no man shall save thee.
Not Marcus Garvey, Dr. Umar.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Red line. Who's responsible for that? Who's victims of that? You know that these scriptures are written before that even happened.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women
Hey,
rule
Obla.
over them. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the
Hey, all you
streets
guys
as a
that put
wild
your cups
bull in a
and
net.
we
They are full of the
smoking.
fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
Who was it, Quando Rondo or the one that told you, or the one that told you the devil told him he had one more time?
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith, Restore.
Hey, Florida. North Florida. What's up, Chicago? Hey. Who you think they're talking about? When you ready to wake up? You want to run everywhere else, but we don't want to face the truth. It's everybody else's fault. But the truth is, if we would have kept our end of the covenant, these bastards would not be able to do what they have done. You have people who are willing to just throw away their legacy for this.
And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Cush, and from Cush.
All the corruption stems back to these people. They own the porn industries. Some of the leading scientists was them behind the transgender science. These guys, people, they have the biggest orgies, biggest prize over in Israel. These guys, people. But you, don't nobody pray like you. Don't nobody sing like you. Don't nobody praise like you. My people. It's well documented that the Ethiopian Jews have been calling themselves Jews and keeping their custom
And it shall come
longer.
to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have said.
Them white people studied them Ethiopian Jews. They even went over there to their land. And them people had a tablet that they had to have iron over it so that them colonizers, so Esau couldn't come over and change the records like they do. It's you that's lost. I know what I'm talking about. You don't.
Before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
All over the world, black people of the slave trade have started to call mind to the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and are returning to God's laws such as God's Sabbath day and the dietary laws. It doesn't even cross their mind how God put them in slavery or why he did it. They just believe whatever they
A lot of black
pastors
folks
say.
don't go for this black Jesus at all.
Nope.
Been praying to a white Jesus all their lives. This is their Jesus, and no activist of the moment is going to come along and rip that imagery out of their soul.
Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him. Yet he laid it not to heart. Yet he laid it not to heart. Yet he laid it not to heart.
Do all that you want to do. Thank you for tuning in. I know I said it'll be a while before I did another video, but the topic that I'm going to talk about tonight has to be discussed. So I'm talking to you about this Marvin Winans person and the preachers that are like him. So that's what the topic is going to be about today. And ladies, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but black women in the church, I am convinced that you like to be abused by predators like Marvin Winans. And the situation that happened recently, well, it didn't happen recently, but the situation I talk about it, Houston, dude scammed his church members for $3.6 million. He was convicted, he served time. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about these phony pastors and these preachers, because I genuinely believe that God is doing this. The Most High is doing this. He is doing what you see happening in the earth today. He is exposing these pastors, the people who you in the pews, who sit under these false prophets like Marvin Winans and Creative Flow of Dollars and Joella Old Queen and Brianna Carnisha Girl, which I'm going to talk about him today too. I'm talking about all these people. TD Jake, the Snake Mistake. Talking about all these people. Benny Hennessy. And so these people are false prophets. They have polluted the word of God. They have polluted the scriptures to make profits. Dollar bills, y'all. You know, I have a whole lesson on tithes, bro. My lesson has not changed. What I have been saying for the past 10 plus years has not changed. But guess what? Creative Flow of Dollars, he released a video telling you that he taught you wrong about tithes. And so I'm just here because it's a problem. And people are getting taken advantage of. People are being preyed on. And we have to speak out about this. We have to speak out. I'm so happy when I see like Marcellus from the Mad Church Disease, King Jives. You know, I pray those brothers strength, man, and dealing with that church of garbage and crisis. But I'm not going to be before you long. I'm convinced that black women, especially in the church, like to be abused and mistreated. How many times do we have to watch as a woman is being embarrassed in front of the whole world at church by a dummy who doesn't even know the Bible? And I mean, think about it. Lately, okay, just a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or so, 2 ago, we saw that young girl being humiliated by another woman. You know, where's your sisterhood? By another woman who pretty much created a whole story in her mind. You know, and she put the lady out on Front Street. You know, and this is but women are predators too. Women are predators too. I just came across a story. So women can be predators too. Is men more of a predator than a woman? Yes. You know, because you just see it more from the men's side. But women can be predators too, and it does exist. And so, but we are seeing a variety. I mean, like, it's like every week something is coming out about somebody being embarrassed, or you know, some situation like what happened with this woman who gave Marvin Winans 1,000, what? I think it's $1,235, whatever the amount. But how many times do we have to hear stories of bishops praying and taking advantage of people like Kirby John Caldwell did? He was convicted and served time for scamming his members out of $3.6 million. And there's numerous guys that I talk about on my Facebook page, on my social media pages. These guys are scamming their congregants left and right. These people that go to their churches, you know, these leaders are wolves in sheep's clothing. A lot of them are wolves in sheep's clothing. And hey, I'm not trying to be your leader. I ain't trying to be your leader. I'm not signing up to be your pastor. But I'm going to talk about this because I have a mission, and I have to protect my people. It's always about money with these wicked scam artists like Juanita Bind That Hoe. Y'all fake pastors and bishops are so out of line that y'all got Jamal Bryant actually doing right and looking like an angel compared to the rest of you. In the past, I have spoken about him too, but lately he's been decent. I felt him on the whole bring canned goods and food, because tithes is food. Now some people, you know, they're in the spirit of, I mean, where's this money that we've been giving you? You know, why do we need to bring food? You know, which is, I understand that too. I understand that side too, because I'm about to go into what I'm about to go into next. Mind you, they had a monetary system back then, talking about the Israelites. They had a monetary system back then called shekels and talents. Shekels and talents are ancient units of weight and value, with the talent equaling 3,000 shekels. I have said this before. People didn't want me to be right because of their hatred and jealousy of me. But all that doesn't matter because I am right. I have not changed what I have been saying about tithes being food for the past 10 plus years, but Creative Flow of Dollars admitted to teaching a false doctrine in regards to tithes. The black church has collected over $420 billion in tithes since the 1980s. I did the math on this because I have been speaking on this for some time now. The church has collected $9,333,333,333 in tithes yearly. Okay? That's a lot of money for these scam artists to still keep asking for 21 people in the room to sow $1,000 seed, or stand in $1,000 plus $1 line, or what was it? And he need to understand that I mean, y'all trying to be I seen Kev on stage and Tony Baker. Man, Tony Baker had the right spirit. Man, you want $2,000? Just say that. Just say that. Why it gotta be 1,000 plus 1,000? You know, nah, he trying to be slick. That's because you don't want to come out and say 2,000, because that's a lot. $2,000 in this economy, with the average person going to his church, $2,000 is a lot of money. You see, she didn't have it all, but he wasn't even appreciative of what she gave. That man is a false prophet. That man, and I swear, bro, it's this dude named God is black. His son is black. You seen me, you seen the Father. That's what he meant by that. The Ancient of Days on his throne with woolly hair. What you think that mean? He black. But when you see him, that's when you gonna know it. That's when you gonna know it. That's when you gonna know, like, damn, we are the Israelites. Yeah. Duh. Anyway, but I was talking about the Marcellus guy, the mad church disease, and man, his last video, and I'm gonna play. I fair use, because this guy. Oh, and while I'm on, Beth from Being Beautifully Honest, love her commentary. Church of Garbage and Crisis is a cult. That's what I see. That's what I've been studying. I give the history in my videos. I talk about the history of these religions. I tell you about the people who started these religions. I tell you how the Bible condemns these other religions. Even your Church of God in Christ and the Pentelostal and the APOSTALLIN. APOSTALLIN. APOSTALLIN, because that's what I call them, because they're going to stall your ass right out of the kingdom. So, oh, and excuse my language. Hey, I talk how I talk. You know, I'm not even starting my life. This is the intro. But I say what I say. I'm not trying to be your pastor, baby. I'm not here to be your pastor. I'm here to warn you about what's going on with these men and these women. I think they're women. In the church. But Marcellus, Mad Church Disease, he his video, man, on Brian Carr, man, it's like, dang, he saying everything that I be saying. You know, it was just so great and refreshing to hear. It's like, wow, somebody sees it. Like, somebody sees what's going on here. The church has been hijacked. And I you're not gonna be raptured. You missed that opportunity. You're gonna go through the great tribulation. I know that's not what you don't want to hear that, but you're gonna go through the great tribulation, and a lot of people is not gonna make it. Because you didn't put your trust in God. You put your trust in Marvin Winans. That's why you gave him $1,235.